I want to talk to you about finding balance. All of us have goals, dreams, jobs, ideas we're pushing for to make a reality in our own lives. But one thing we don't think about is losing the person who we are when we start this journey. I want to talk about finding balance in your life and never lose sight of who you are and, more importantly, who you want to be. When we strive for new goals and new things we want in life, sometimes that means changing. Sometimes it means turning into a better person, whether it's, morals, values, doing different activities that are more helpful to achieve what you want versus maybe a sedentary or harmful activities that you had been doing before. And that type of change is perfectly normal. That's what we're striving to do, change for the better. But what about when we lose balance in our own beliefs? What if you're going down a path of mental toughness and you're pushing harder and harder each day? You're doing more workouts. You're doing more dangerous training that could put your health in jeopardy. You're becoming resentful of people around you. You're spending less time doing things you care about. You're pushing people away. If I had a bar graph, I would show as one aspect of your life increases, you're going to grow further away from the other parts of your life that you may care about. And if you're not conscious about that idea, the more you grow, the more you're going to forget about those things you once cared about. If you're working on always being happy, maybe you're a comic and you're joking around all the time, and that the joking part of your life just keeps going up, keeps going up. Maybe you're the class clown. You're excelling in that area of your life. But if you don't keep track of everything else you care about, you may not be able to be serious in a situation that requires seriousness and intent because you forgot who that type of person is and how to become it. And that's the danger, is that the more you advance down one path, the more you have to sacrifice. And that's the whole idea. Look at Tiger Woods, any great athlete. The more they advanced down their sport, down their career, mastering their craft, whatever it may be, the more they sacrificed in their own life. And I can't speak on them, but usually it's the exact opposite of what you're working for. If you're working on yourself, your physical body, your own goals, the opposite of that is other people, other emotions. If you're working on yourself, well, you're going to start pushing everyone else away because they're not helping you achieve your goal. From the emotional side, if you're working on being serious and being intense and intentful in every single thing you do, that calm, relaxed party side is going to be non-existent the further you move away from it. And in the exact opposite side, if you're working towards being relaxed, being laid back, then when it comes time to the moment where you need to be serious and really go hard after something, it may be difficult for you because you haven't worked on that. And this just may be something that people don't think about, how every action you take has a consequence. And every lack of action you take also has a consequence. You may work on being calm, meditation, right? You may work on all these aspects of breathing techniques and ways that you can be relaxed and laid back throughout your day. But what you don't think about is when that moment comes where you need to be enraged, where you need to be rebellious to stand up against someone who's not doing something right. And if you haven't worked on that, that's going to be hard when all you've worked on was being calm. And in The Rare Breed, we talked about that book in another video with Sonny Bono and Ashley Hansberger. They talked about the 6 or 7 traits of a rare breed. And one of those was being hot-blooded. And it's what it takes to be successful. Hot-blooded, rebellious, emotional, weird. There's all these different things that require balance to be successful in each one. If I was only growing, if I was only advancing in almost a monk state, or a meditative state to be as relaxed and calm as possible, I may be excellent at staying composed and calm in any event, which is great. But when that time comes where you need to be rebellious, where you need to be hot-blooded in a situation to maybe save someone's life, to stand up against a wrong idea, an injustice, you may not be able to do it. You may not realize that the farther you grow down one path, think of Thanos and the Avengers. He grew so far down his one path of what he believed that he was willing to sacrifice half of all people because it did not matter to him. He lost sight of all the other values it means, I would say, to be human, but it comes down to yourself, what you once believed. So any path you're going down right now, we're all on different paths. The message I want you to hear is that no matter what path you're on, don't forget about all the other values that make up who you are. Because if you don't think about them, you're going to lose them. All the actions you're taking have consequences. You're getting further. No, not all consequences are bad. You're getting further at what you're working for each and every day. It may hurt. You may mess up. You may lose things, but you're growing down that path. But the flip side is that every lack of action also has a consequence. If you're working on how you can be more rebellious and hot-blooded to achieve and push towards the things you want, well, your lack of action on being calm and collected and being composed is going to have a consequence. So I hope this helps. And it's something people don't think about, the price you have to pay for success and what you want. The fine line is that sometimes you need to stop being balanced. You need to be unbalanced to grow to that next level that you're trying to get to. It takes that sometimes. You need to be unbalanced at times to grow to that level that other people aren't willing to go to. The things you learn from being unbalanced, you would never learn from being balanced. It's that elite level of change that you're trying to achieve. But what I'd say is never forget who you are. The farther you get unbalanced, the harder it is to come back. And the more you don't want to come back because it feels so good and you've learned so much and you've grown so much in this category that it's like a superpower. So make sure you have a strong connection with yourself to reel yourself back, take what you've learned from that journey, and now go to the next one and grow that one up. And maybe be unbalanced again. And then go to the next one and the next one and grow everything to the level you want to be at. So I hope this helps. And the big point is sometimes you need to be unbalanced to get to the level you want to be at. But if you forget to rebalance yourself, it may hurt who you are and turn you into someone you never wanted to become.